Hey, it's Monday, the day that nobody wants to see, but of course if we didn't have Monday, everybody would hate Tuesdays. So, a lot of crap happened over the weekend, and we are going to cover, well, the bigger stories, because if I were to cover everything that happened over the weekend, we would definitely be here a while. And I mean a while. So, yeah. Let's see. First thing that happened is I had a vegan debate on Saturday that's supposed to have been with just one person. Turned out that it was two people. One that was quite cordial. Didn't mind having the debate and discussion with him. He provided citations when I asked. And it was a pretty good discussion between me and the first guy. The second guy, however, I think was looking for gotcha moments. So that didn't work out too well. And as you guys are noticing in the chat, I am playing around with new commands because I decided, for those of you that are in my Discord, I was going to do, if Nightbot has decided to cooperate, you know, little commands here and there to help tout you guys' channels that are out in the that are in my Discord, that hang around, that post stuff in the Discord and whatnot. Just a little perk. Well, it keeps doing that one, but it's not doing Numbed Skulls. Well, shit. Let me see here. Hey, Numbed Skull. I'm trying to get yours to work, and it's not because Nightbot's being a pain. Don't we just love Mondays? Because Mondays are great. Not really. Not really. Let me see if I can get it to work if I do this. Alright, let me submit it that way. See if it works this way. Just take out the space and see if it works now. If not, I'll have to tweak it and get it to work. But I want to be all inclusive, help spread the love, you know. There gotcha moments when they're nothing, when you just don't care if you hurt. Well, I mean, I think what got everybody was every time there was a citation that they asked for, I would provide it. When I asked for the citation for the second guy who was supposed to be the personal trainer, he couldn't give me citations. Yeah, he couldn't give me citations. But he kept saying that there were like hundreds of research, you know, research is done and all this stuff and all this crap to look into. So there was that. Now, where are my manners? Good morning, Straight Sith Male, Traname, Viking Sandwich Wench. As I scroll down, there's a good morning to my hubby. Good morning to Fen. Haven't seen you around. Glad to see you back in the live chat. A good morning to Stargazer. A good afternoon to Mr. Scarecrow. A good morning to a Panina Chan and a Neilk, as well as a Magnus. Good morning, guys. How you guys doing this morning? A good morning to a Wikipedia snippet who popped into my chat this morning. Let me see. I'm scrolling down. See, I'm making sure I didn't miss anybody. A Numbed Skull and a Hunley. So that's a good morning to a Numbed Skull. A good afternoon to a Mr. Hunley. I hope you guys are doing well. A good morning to a G. Bronert. And a good morning to a Callie who blesses us with cancer. And as well as a good morning to an Amanda Wolf child. Oh, there's Diz. Oh my God, Diz made it to another one of my morning shows. The world might burst into flames here, y'all. Anna Michaela Hines. Good morning. Welcome everybody to the weekend recap edition of the Morning Brew. Pull up a chair, grab your favorite brew, whether it be coffee or tea. I don't discriminate. And for me, it's a little too early for coffee. So, I mean, too early for beer. It's a little too early for beer here at 10:30 in the morning. But if across the world in the afternoon it's not too late or too early for beer for you, that's also a brew. May not be steamy, may not have caffeine, but it's a brew nonetheless. And I like beer too. Alright, so things on the list. Oh yes, this past Saturday on my little gaming channel, I played Bendy and the Ink Machine Chapter 3. To which I decided that I was going to turn the cam that is not working this morning on me so people can actually see my reactions when I get the shit scared out of me. Apparently the experiment worked because everybody got a kick out of seeing my responses on cam to the jump scares and stuff sneaking up on me and all that other stuff. and me running from Bendy before he killed me. The Old Time Radio Show yesterday went off absolutely wonderfully. We did the MST3K versions of our favorite Old Time Radio shows. We did a sci-fi set. We may do another sci-fi set next Sunday. The Streamlabs you guys are seeing on my live streams, that little bar up at the top, is to help me with my move. To help me get a little extra money up together for new clothes, furniture when we move in, kitchen stuff. And the Streamlabs also has a wish list. And apparently, the wish list works as if you click on wish list instead of actually donating, and you pay for one of the items on the wish list, it takes the money for that item and also ticks that off the wish list. So you got a wish list there or the donations, and that's the only time I'm going to mention it. Between July and December of this year, I am planning on moving solely to Twitch. Just wait till Chapter 4 comes up. God, you're going to kill me, Pen. I'm going to die of a heart attack. Between July and December of this year, I'm going to be broadcasting solely on Twitch. All my live streams are going to be solely on Twitch, and only pre-edited stuff, pre-scripted videos are going to be uploaded to YouTube. So be on the lookout for that. I will do periodic announcements for that. Amanda, if I had money to give to you, but they are about to up my mortgage payments, and I really got to get... Oh, God! I hate it when they up mortgage payments. That sucks. Type 1's in the chat if you are familiar with a person called Hard Bastard on the Hard News Network. I'll wait a couple of seconds to see if anybody realizes who he is or knows who he is. Type 1's in the chat if you are familiar with Hard Bastard, because I have an announcement. Nope. No fun. Okay. Cool. Alright. Yeah, he's Aiden Paladin's friend. He also runs a YouTube channel where he reports the news with over 34,000 subs. I asked him in Twitter DMs, Diz already knows, I asked him in Twitter DMs if he wants to be on an edition of Coffee Talk. And I explained to him what Coffee Talk was, and he said yes. So we're setting up a date for him to come and be on Coffee Talk. So be on the lookout for that particular announcement as to what day he is going to be on the show. And yes, I am low-key or maybe mid or high-key news geek fangirling about that, because I can't wait to have him on the show. So those are all my little announcements. Let me see if I scroll down. We do have some tweets. Thanks, guys. Thank you. All right. The first tweet of the morning is... Oh, no. Don't wish to remove the tweet. Political talks between Egypt and the United States start this morning in Cairo at the level of foreign ministers. So there's going to be talks in Cairo today. Thank you, guys. Yeah, I watch his streams when I can catch him. He is a really cool dude. He is a really, really cool dude. Second tweet. Let me see here. Boop. Blow this up. This week in Kuwait, Secretary Tillerson and the U.S. delegation will join the other governments and members of the private sector to discuss ways to facilitate the large-scale reconstruction taking place in Iraq. More on the conference in the link. The link is below, and I'm going to read you a little bit. It's a short thing, so I don't see how not reading it is, going to be detrimental. So I've got to find that first. Yay, all right, cool. So we do this. Breaking news. And apparently this thing is acting up this morning, of course. It's, what you say? Yep. It only works out fine. Yep, now I gotta move it over to the middle. Alright, here we go. Running off of one screen is a bitch. I hate roaches. I swear to God, I hate roaches. All right. Kuwait mobilizes the private sector to help Iraq rebuild. The United States considers the global eradication of ISIS a top American foreign policy priority. With our help and that of our partners in the 74-member global coalition to defeat ISIS, Iraq has liberated all of its territory and is now focused on the important work of stabilizing and rebuilding liberated areas. In coordination with the government of Iraq, the European Union, the United Nations, and the World Bank, Kuwait will host a conference focused on Iraq's reconstruction in Kuwait City on February 12th through the 14th, which means it started today. This 3-day forum will showcase private sector investment opportunities and donor commitments from other governments. The agenda for February 13th will highlight private sector opportunities to rebuild Iraq's infrastructure and modernize key sectors of the economy to improve the lives of the Iraqi people. I'm pleased to join the Secretary of State Rex Tillerson and other high-level U.S. government representatives at this event, along with over 1,000 private sector representatives, high-ranking officials from regional governments, and representatives from international financial institutions. This will be an opportunity to support the Iraqi people and help impart confidence that Iraq is now open for business. So there's a little snippet there. They're experiencing a little bit of good news. They finally got to the rebuilding phase. Supermarket sweep. Oh my God, supermarket sweep. Notice a coffee cup in the background, and for some strange reason, my webcam isn't working. It's totally froze, so you get to see my ugly bed. So let me hide that. I do fix the sheets, but Zeus bounces on them, so that messes them up. Let me see here. From what I've heard on the BBC News while I was driving last night, we may want to worry about Turkey. Thank you. I will make a note and keep an eye on Turkey and report on any developments and see what's going on over there. Always on the lookout for news. About time, only been 25 years. I know, Gibrana, right? At least they're doing it. Morning, Jacob. Welcome to the show. Let me see. Bunch of roaches like you in your warm abode. Yes, they do. Let me see. I have 3 now and don't know how people can work with one anymore. Yeah, roaches got into and shorted out my main monitor fan, so I don't have much of a choice but to work on one monitor. So that is why I am stuck on the one and only. I would prefer more than one, but I am just not that lucky this morning. Let me see. I have a GG Eris in Twitch that says, I'm a broke mofo, but I can offer hugs and support. Hugs and support's always good. Out of curiosity, and maybe off topic for this morning, but any thoughts on the Trump Me Too comments? Knowing you, I think it's nothing but an eye roll. You know what? I haven't looked that up. I might have to look into that and see if it does, garner an eye roll. It probably will. Okay, fat too. Oh, yeah, Mardi Gras. Le Mardi Gras. Le Mardi Gras. Le Mardi Gras always happens in February because them Cajuns know how to party. You need to burn that place. Yes, I do. We seriously do. It's going to be demolished, and the property is going to be sold. So, since we have a lot to cover, let's cover it. Whoops. Shit. Well, bloopers. It's Monday. Alright, so we are going to start out with... Not that one. It's not me without bloopers, right? Alright, first thing in the weather. I'm not using Protectrix anymore. This is actually from the National Weather people. And I sounded real fucking... National Centers for Environmental Protection and the weather people. I know somebody's going to correct me because I'm brain farting. National Weather Service. So these are the lows and high temps for the day in the United States and Alaska, not including Hawaii or any of the territories or the Virgin Islands. So that is... I have them too. Bloopers are just part of being a one-person show. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. Okay, the highs and lows. As we can see, down the southeast region, the highs are going to be... in the 60s, with the exception of Florida, as always, they're going to be in the 80s. And then we've got 70s all the way across till we get to northern part of Texas. who are still freezing their asses off. Moving further west, we're going back up to the 60s again, southwest in New Mexico and Nevada and all those places. And then we've got actually Nevada, who's a mixture of, this is comfortable, I'm freezing my ass off, and I'm staying home. So those are the temperatures. And then you have the mid-northwest, which are the fuck you, I'm staying home, it's too goddamn cold to go outside temperatures, along with Ohio and Illinois, Michigan, and Wisconsin. And New England is, they're kind of warm for a February with the highs in the 50s and the high 40s and low 50s with a couple of 30s peeking out over there. But like I said, mid-northwest, I bet you they're looking at, their stuff this morning going, fuck you, it's too cold to be outside. I quit. And that is my weather report. Did you know employees of NWS have to... No, I didn't, but this is public domain as long as I give them credit. And I'm giving them plenty of credit while I'm botching the meteorological report. So, here are the weather patterns as I am giving it to you guys. I hope my weather's a little entertaining at least, because I am not a weather girl. Alright, so... We have got snow possible for areas of Nevada, Colorado, the Midwest right there. We've got rain coming in along the East Coast, going into Georgia and going up the East Coast. I pity you working in the cold. Oh, yeah. Well, being in Michigan, it does tend to rain. And, yeah, sometimes, like I say, it gets to fuck you, it's too cold, I want to stay home. So this is the forecast chart for the day for the United States. And the third one gives you a better look at the temperatures per region. Red being either, this is comfortable, I can wear shorts and not melt, to fuck you, it's too hot. And the blues anywhere between, all right, I need a jacket or a heavy coat, to, oh my God, it's in the negatives, I'm staying home. So, yep, it is only in Texas, a range of 22 to 81, depending on which part of the state you're in. Exactly. I prefer it to 90 degrees in the summer. See, my preferred temperature range is between 70 to 75. Just warm enough for shorts. You don't need a jacket. You're perfectly comfortable. At least that's me. Some people would argue that, but to me, between 70 and 75 is comfortable. Neil, every day of the winter I am glad I moved out of New Jersey and into Alabama. Cold here is fine. What is warm? Yeah, I know. Alright, so now we get to our first news story today. Bunk. And we have the picture. Alright, Michigan State University to fire administrator. Dr. William Strample, the dean of osteopathic medicine at the university, is on the chopping block after he admitted to not following up by not having a third person with Nassar present when conducting certain treatments. This follows the resignation of President Lou Anna Simon after a ton of criticism of how the university handled the Nassar scandal. Okay. It goes on to say Nassar's actions and how it was subsequently handled has led to multiple people losing tenure in their jobs at Michigan State University. Former Michigan Governor Engler was quoted as saying, William Strample did not act with the level of professionalism we expect from the individuals who hold senior leadership positions, particularly in a position that involved a student and patient safety. Further allegations have arisen that question whether his personal conduct over a long period of time met MSU's standards. Nassar was dismissed in 2016, less than a month after Rachel Den Hollander filed criminal charges against him. Nassar is now serving consecutive life sentences for multiple counts of molestation and possessing child pornography. Hey, where's Zeus? The cam is not working this morning, Jacob. The cam is not working. Strample is being sued by many of Nassar's victims, and the legal fees will not be covered by MSU. When he was interviewed by a campus detective and an FBI agent in 2017, he stated he never followed up due to the fact Nassar had been, quote-unquote, exonerated after looking into a patient's complaint, and went on to say he was not in constant contact with Nassar. The school has recently suspended Dr. Suresh Mukherjee, Chief Medical Officer of the MSU Health Team. So, Michigan is still getting fallout from the whole Nassar issue. We want Zeus and justice. Well, I keep trying to turn on the cam, but the lights aren't on. It doesn't want to work this morning, and I don't see anything crawling in and out of it, so I don't understand why it's not working. Let me see if it'll work if I plug it into another USB port. Nope, still not working. The camera seems to be not working. Let me see if it works. Alright, let's see. Yeah, it's not working. It's froze. Tis frozen. Alright. I'm going to have to probably restart the computer to get it to work. But not in the middle of a news show. Alright. Let's see. Thoughts on the DNC memo not being released by Trump. It's very telling how he wants to be transparent when it comes to the Democrats, but he doesn't want to release something that could possibly make him look bad. Doesn't surprise me, but it is very, very telling. Let me see. No, Newshound dislike unsub worst stream ever. I can't help it if my webcam's not working. My Zeus broke it to hide his gloriousness from us. Mardi Gras by the sea. We can live without the Newshound. Alright, here we go. And next one. Another story from Saturday. Benghazi mosque attack claims 2 wounds 55. In Libya's Benghazi on Saturday, 2 explosions rang out after a twin bombing went off in a mosque, killing 2 and wounding 55. This comes after another twin bombing 2 weeks ago at another mosque where 35 died in the same city. Shush. The bombing that occurred Friday was in the Majori district, the military source told Reuters. The devices were placed in bags and they look to have been remotely detonated using a cell phone signal. The Libyan National Army is the controlling faction in Benghazi, led by Khalifa Haftar, and they have been battling both Al-Qaeda and the Islamic State for years. Haftar is considered a possible contender in the national elections in the region, which will be held at the end of 2018. Let's see. Sadly, we'll never know what he sent back for redaction and if it was valid to do so or not. Yeah, I completely agree, Nilk. I know he wants on the screen, but I can't get the camera to work. Dang it. It seems so. Sorry for the ear rape. I am not. Jacob, I'm fine. It's just my bronchitis, sweetheart. It's just a little bad this morning, but I was bound and determined to get the news out. I got a cough drop. I just put one in my mouth. It's fake news without Zeus. Well, I love you too. I just realized this is the only news show not kissing Kim Jong-un's sister's ass. You are so right. I swear to God, I had to wait through I don't know how many news stories about his sister to get to the news that I actually wanted to report. Seriously. Holy crap. Alright, next one. In one of 2 Puerto Rico stories, Puerto Rico to receive $16 billion in federal aid. Trump signed a disaster recovery package on Friday, giving Puerto Rico $16 billion in federal aid. Good morning, Wren. Welcome back to the show. This aid package includes the $7 billion that was announced on Wednesday to further aid the bankrupt U.S. territory, according to statements from the territory governor Ricardo Rosselló and Jennifer Gonzalez, the Puerto Rican non-voting member of Congress. The governor went on to say $4.9 billion of the $7 billion will go to shore up the Medicaid system, which is failing, and $2 billion to repair the destroyed electrical grid. A total of $11 billion they will receive under a HUD program would help people rebuild local houses, businesses, and new homes. Rosselló has stated the money allotted thus far is only a drop in the bucket, and to fully recover from Maria, the territory will need a total of $94.4 billion. I'm sorry for Puerto Rico, but that money should go to the Wounded Soldiers Fund. I have to agree. I mean, Puerto Rico what happens when a government horribly mismanages money. And they have completely mismanaged the money. I mean, my God, you can't, how the hell do you expect to run a country when you mismanage your funds so horribly? Oh, okay, hang on. Pop out the chat. My chat decided it was going to screw up and not let me type anything. So now I have to re-pop it out. Alright, here we go. Popped out the chat again. We have a Jason. Oh, hey, Jason. Good afternoon, Jason. How are ya? Yeah. I mean, it's looking... They've mismanaged their funds. Their electrical grid is failing. I mean, they have gotten to the point where the territory is in bankruptcy. No, Omegon. And good afternoon, Omegon. And welcome back to the chat. Let me see if I can find that one little command that you might like. I wonder if it's that one. I got two of them. I don't remember which one it is. Let me see here. Yeah, so yeah, we're still wrestling with a very... There we go. And then we've got this one. Yeah, we're still wrestling with... they always vote not to be a state. They should just go ahead and when the next vote comes up, go ahead and just vote to be a state and become a state at this point. I mean, they're woefully bankrupt. There's a second Puerto Rico story coming up on the Monday news. These people, this government can't manage their funds. I mean, good Lord. There's still over 400,000 people without lights after Maria. And then you have tons of other problems too. And other news stories that are coming out that are inaccurate or straight up falsehoods. Okay, so for breaking news, for those of you that are keeping an eye on Bitcoin and such. Ooh, Hunley, thank you for your $10 donation, my dear. Alright, so it says, out of Engadget, did you see the article that BuzzFeed even threw shade at Kim Jong-un's sister? Oh, no, I did not. I'm going to have to do that. I'm getting better at DBX, but I'm stuck on some missions. Government websites fall prey to cryptocurrency mining hijack. It's not just private companies, websites falling victim to cryptocurrency mining hijacks. Security consultants Scott Helm and the Register have discovered that intruders compromised over 4,200 sites, with CoinHive's notorious Monero miner, many of them government websites from around the world. This includes the US Court Info System, the UK's National Health Services, and Australian legislators, among others. The intruders spread their JavaScript code by modifying an accessibility plugin for the blind, Text Help's Browse Aloud, to inject a miner wherever Browse Aloud was in use. The mining only took place for several hours on February 11th before Text Help disabled the plugin to investigate. Government sites like the UK's Information Commissioner's Office also took pages down in response. As with most of these injections, your system wasn't facing a security risk. You would have just noticed your system bogging down while searching for government info. The mining goes away the moment you visit another page or close the browser tab. The biggest hassle was for the site operators, who are now discovering that their sites are vulnerable to intruders slipping in rogue code without verification. It's not certain who's behind the attempt, but these hijacks tend to be the work of criminals hoping to make a fast profit. The big problem? This might continue to happen for a while. Although antivirus tools can catch CoinHive, a mere definitive solution would be to use a fingerprinting technique, sub-resource integrity, that verifies the outside code and blocks any modifications, if there's no indication that many websites, whether government or private, are in a rush to implement it. Oh, I see. Just posted and asked for OBS tutorial and help stream at 1 p.m. on my... Oh! Okay, cool. Because I was going to do an OBS tutorial too. Among a couple of other things. Alright, so that is the tech news from Saturday. And here's an update on the Border Patrol agent. Border Patrol agent died from fall. After a federal investigation into the death of Martinez, a U.S. Border Patrol agent, findings are leading to death by a fall and not an attack. The agency memo circulating the findings is from Kevin McAleenan, acting head of the U.S. Customs and Border Protection. His, oh, cute. This is what I get for not proofreading. His memo including the following to his staff. All right, let me see here. We do not know all the answers at this time. However, according to the FBI, currently none of the completed interviews, location search, or collected and analyzed evidence have produced evidence that would support the existence of a scuffle, altercation, or attack. The FBI field office in El Paso conducted 650 interviews and found no definitive proof of an attack. McAleenan's memo also states both of the agents looked to have fallen into a culvert that was 9 feet deep around 11:30 p.m. Central Standard Time on a moonless night. Last November, after the incident, the Department of Justice was offering $25,000 as a reward for information related to a potential assault on a federal officer. Using Martinez's death to further his plans, Trump took to Twitter in November last year. Border Patrol officer killed at southern border, another badly hurt. We will seek out and bring justice to those responsible. We will and must build the wall. A blatant example of foot and mouth disease, which he is often fond of doing, because he likes to speak before he has all the facts a lot of times. Let me see. So, really, Bitcoin is just a gamble? From what I gather and from what I understand, Bitcoin is a gamble, yes. Let me see. Did he shoot himself in the back 3 times first? Ha! Well, they didn't find any bullet holes when they investigated. They found broken bones, contusions, and blunt force trauma. Another news article that I read last week's was suggested that he fell into the culvert after having been sideswiped by a vehicle. I have to ask how on earth a fall injured 2 Border Patrol officers, 1 to death and 1 to memory issues where they can't even remember falling. Like, the sheer chances of that. Probably astronomical. But I am following the story, so if more comes out, it does sound kind of hinky. A 9-foot fall is not a small fall. Of course, it's not a long fall either. Depends on how you fall into the culvert. Kind of like a ditch. Michaela, it's a big ditch. It's a big, deep ditch, I believe. It's another way of putting it. It's a big, deep ditch. Alright, here we go. South African President Zuma's fate to be decided on Monday. It's a giant drain typically under a street. There we go. Let me see. The African National Congress is going to decide President Jacob Zuma's fate, another leader tainted by corruption allegations. Reports out of South Africa say it is the most serious bid seen to unseat a leader. I'm going to get to the why in a second. I get to finally shut off my coffee maker. Zuma was replaced as the leader of the ANC by Deputy President Cyril Ramaphosa in December. Though Zuma's tenure runs out in 2019, the National Executive Committee has the power to demand him to step down. Zuma has made no public statements as to whether he will step down on his accord. He is fighting over 783 counts of corruption, totaling over 30 billion rand, which is $2.5 billion US, arms deal when he was deputy president in the late 1990s. Opposition inside the ANC also say Zuma played favorites and let the Gupta family, friends of Zuma, to win state contracts and influence cabinet appointments. Oh, morning, Lord of Cancer. Culverts often carry water next to dirt roads, too. No, it's not a fall. It becomes, well, If it was an accidental side swipe, then it's an accident. But then again, it becomes more charges because it was a hit and run accident. If it was a deliberate side swipe, then it no longer becomes a car accident. It becomes something else entirely, depending on how they want to charge people. So there is that. My live chat isn't working. My God. Nothing's working today. Okay, here we go. Alright, let me reset that. Hopefully it'll work now. Because I know everything's connected. I'm green. Everything seems to be running. Could I ask you a favor and show my poll? Oh, Lord. Give me a minute. Wait till we get to the shilling section. We're still doing the news, Levi. Manslaughter would be pressed most likely just due to the hit and run. Yeah. South Africa is fucked right now. Yes. I completely and totally agree with that assessment. Mine didn't work at all. I use Streamlabs. Well, my restream usually works. I don't understand why it's not working this morning, and it's frustrating the crap out of me because it's not working this morning. Because it should be working, and things that should be working need to work. But that's just me, I guess. Alright, let me see if I can get my Streamlabs up there so I can change the chat. Oh my gosh. Because I like to have my chat. And my chat is not working. And that is not making me happy. I hate the bloopers. I hate technical problems. I hate shit that was working not working anymore. Britain took over. Alright, let's see here. Let me see here. Scrolling down. Dashboard. My donations. Oh, that should be. Nope, that ain't it either. Oh, man. Mondays are a pain in the behind. Did I have to do the Monday? I had to do the Monday. I had to do the Monday, right? I had to do the Monday. Alright, let's see if this works now. Chat. Do this. Blip, blip, and blip, and blip. See if that works. If not, I give up. Alright. Jay Willie. See, this is why we need... There we go. There we go. I'm working again. Good morning, Jay Willie. Or good afternoon. I don't know. You're still here, so it's still a good morning, technically. For live streams, I'm running 2-hour gaming marathon this week from 8 to 10. Monday through Thursday. Okay. Which means we have to do this. Let me see. Penina. And an exclamation point. And hopefully Nightbot will go, oh yeah, I'm supposed to do something here. We hope, maybe. It's been missing its cue this morning. Or it's been awfully slow. I think I need to give it coffee. Alright, let's see here. There we go. Alright, so we go from South Africa to Monday News. DM'd you the article. Alright, cool. I will take a look at it. Monday News. Russian emergency crews investigate crash. Russian emergency workers are searching snow-covered fields of Moscow for clues in the wake of a fatal plane crash that claimed... I already answered that question, Levi. Wait till the shilling section of the show. That we're doing the news right now. Okay, I don't have a link to Draconith's channel. Morning, MC! Russian emergency workers are searching snow-covered fields of Moscow for clues in the wake of a fatal plane crash that claimed all 71 people who were on board. A special commission has been ordered by Putin to investigate the cause of an AN-148 plane operated by Saratov Airlines to crash shortly after takeoff approximately 900 miles southeast of the capital in the city of Orsk. Weather conditions, operator error, and condition of the plane are all being looked into, which are standard things to look at after a plane crash. Morning, fuckwad! How are you? Been having technical difficulties. Alright, there we go. And I don't know why it logged me in under Madness Live. That's pissing me off right now. There we go. But at least I got those working. So, yep. But usually, okay, standard investigation under these particular circumstances is to look at the weather conditions at the time, is to see if you can find the black box. And also see, what the latest maintenance checks were on the aircraft. If there were regular maintenance checks being done, C checks before it flew out, so on and so forth. Antonovs are actually pretty safe and versatile, but you still need to run C checks. Black box is an onboard recorder for the airplane that actually records elevation, acceleration, where the plane was, because it also has a transmitter to transmit the direction. Morning, Draconith. So all that, if they can find the black box, that'll give them a wealth of information as to if the plane was suffering from technical difficulties as to made it crash, if people weren't paying attention. Second black box contains cockpit. There we go, just like Neil says. And they always look for those first, because it usually gives the most answers as they sift through the wreckage to see if there were any worn parts. I see. Thank you. Hopefully they can find it. Yeah, hopefully they can find it in all the snow. I completely agree. The plane crash actually killed everybody that was on board, so there were no survivors to that plane crash, which is, wow. And if Puerto Rico didn't have enough problems, it has one more. Northern Puerto Rico suffers blackout. Much of northern Puerto Rico found itself in a blackout after an explosion and fire at an electrical substation. This comes 5 months after Hurricane Maria swept through, leaving most of the island in darkness. The Electric Power Authority is confident about the restoration of the substation being done within a day, further illustrating a grid that was failing since before the Cat 4 hurricane hit the island. Much of the equipment used is outdated and in desperate need of an update that was not available due to the territory's financial problems. More than 400,000 customers are still in the dark after the hurricane. So, it's been glitching on you a lot. Could you join my live stream? Oh, so you're, okay. Jay Willie's live streaming this weekend. I'm going to have to catch that if I can. So those are the news stories to catch us up on the week for the most part. Let me see. Talk to some people over here in the chat for a little bit. I know this may sound harsh, but for Puerto Rico right now, take care of yourselves first. Well, Puerto Rico is a U.S. territory, so we do have to take care of that territory, Jason. We just can't forget it exists. Michaela, I would suggest using the aforementioned funds that got to work on their electric capabilities as well as other forms of energy, unless I'm forgetting something. Well, $2 billion is going to be allotted to help the electrical infrastructure of the island. But, it's very telling for a country or for a territory of the United States that hasn't voted to become a state yet, to need $94.4 billion to make a full recovery. That's all right. If you missed the South Africa story, Jay Willie, the link is... before I say that and I'm lying through my teeth, let me fix that because I think it's the only thing I didn't do today. Because I knew I was forgetting something. Hello. Let me come down here. Edit video. Let's see here. Come on. Here we go. And paste. Come over here. Usage policy. Alright, here we go. Here we are. Yep. Alright. Save changes. Alright. All the links to today's story should be below Jay Willie, including the one for South Africa, now that I have updated the description section. So, it's a long description. And usually the sightings for my stories are down at the bottom, so I hope that helps you out. Let's see here. Alright, so that takes care of the, alright, where are you, Levi, so I can give you a wrench so you can put your Twitter, because it's about that time, just about. Alright, it is about that time, just about. I gotta bring some stuff up here. And dagnabbit, just drag. You don't need to open. Alright, here we go. Yep, here we go.
I don't know what we're yelling about! Loud! loud noises!
And that brings us to our recommended videos of the day. We're starting out with Count Dibbula's Monday Morning Morons for the 12th of February of 2018, where he goes through some of the stupidity and moronic things that people are doing on the internet. He covers just about everything. I love watching this video because he does it in his own snarky, sarcastic way, and it's absolutely wonderful. But he does break character a smidge in it because something does tweak his nerve. Oh, morning, babe.
Hello, babe. I have a slight weather announcement.
See you later, Samish wench. And that announcement would be, my dear love.
It is a balmy 28 degrees in Oklahoma. You need to send some of that warm weather back this way because, yeah.
You're freezing your balls off.
Well, I'm not really cold. I'm in the truck, but I was just thinking that if you do not already have a subject for coffee talk tonight, it might be a good time maybe to bring up Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
And talk about not only what this money means, but the all of the contractors that are going to be applying for bids and everything, and what that means. And, you know, of course, there's going to be price gouging and everything, and we do not want that to happen in Puerto Rico. What happened in Florida,
exactly,
with all of these outlandish salaries and everything for very little work.
Right. No problem. And I'm looking for Levi because he wanted to, like, shill out his tweet, but then he disappeared from the live chat. Oh, well. Yep, so we'll do the coffee talk on Puerto Rico tonight. That's going to be a lot of huffing for research. Oof, that's going to be interesting, though. So tonight at 7, well, we haven't gotten to that part yet. So
No. Just go on ahead with it. So I'm going to sit here and listen.
All right. Next recommended video is from EJ Cake, a smaller channel, but still we need to give small channels as well as big channels some love. Title of the video is Black Panther, the Mind-Boggling Social Response, where he goes into the different responses for a has-yet-to-be-released movie. Many people claiming that this is the first black superhero in a leading role, and many people calling bullshit because that is bullshit. Blade. Meteor Man. It sucked, but it counts. Alright, let's see here. The next one on the list is God, the Devil, and I by our own Discord's Mr. Scarecrow, where he goes into a theological mind experiment. Morning, S. Brewer. Glad you could make it to the live chat. He goes into, the theological nature of God and the devil and throws out, there, do it yourself. Now that you have mod status, Levi. He throws out a couple of theories of his own as to God and the devil, and is a very interesting video to listen to. Yep, Spawn is a black superhero too. They tend to overlook that in this SJW day and age. But, what can you expect? They have their heads so far up their asses they can give themselves free colonoscopies. And the last video recommendation for the day is Necrit. If you love League of Legends lore, there is no one better to tell the stories than Necrit. His channel is dedicated to League of Legends lore, and he goes into the story of the Noxus Principles of Strength. And it is
I'm gonna have to watch that.
Yeah, it is a very, very good story. Very good story indeed. And those are the recommended videos of the day. So that means there's time for...
This just in. Beverly Hills 90210, Cleveland Browns 3.
The Cancer of the Day by Callie. Yes, the Cancer of the Day. Because we can't go without our cancer, and Callie gives us our cancer. On being... On being...
Callie is cancer.
Callie is cancer, but we love our Callie. We love our Callie, so we love her cancer. All right, here we go. Title out of bust.com. On being fat in ways white girls don't understand.
Oh, dear God.
Yes.
Help me.
I'm fat in ways that white girls won't understand. I'm fat in ways that my white mom didn't understand and still doesn't. Nearing 75, she diets and rebels and rebels and diets and rebels. When she sleeps at our house, she sometimes waits until the lights are out and then pads to the kitchen and eats more. Leaning alone against the counter at Thanksgiving, the table and candlelight, she says, starting tomorrow, no more sugar and no more junk. She's my mom. I wish she were free. I'm fat in ways only black girls understand. For us, it's less about the number and more about how you try to carry it. It's less than the size on the tag and more the hug and the drape of the dress. We originated thick, tied to patriarchy, though the concept is. We are allowed a rumpiness and embodiedness that we don't let our white sisters play with very often. White girls are supposed to toss fat like scalding hot potatoes, and we just move on. Fat, held like a baby. For example, Bob, my white lady aunt, the one who is family because she married my step-grandma's son, sees me at Christmas and winces. She says, you just keep getting bigger. It's true, I do. I get fatter and fatter, don't I? I am 10 years old. But my aunt, my block auntie by blood Renee, stands on her stucco stoop in a warm, smoggy LA neighborhood, and seeing us emerge from the DeVille after the drive from San Francisco, cries to the 12-year-old me, oh, you beautiful Amazon. Sweet Renee, my dad's favorite, who wore a pink satiny dress and cooked her scrambled eggs at midnight. I remember the orange coil of the electric stove under the non-stick pan into which she dropped a glug of canola oil. I remember her dry heels and lavender slippers and that slapped the linoleum on her dimpled silky arms as she stroked my woolly hair, which the white kids called a Brillo pad. All of this is to say I am fat in ways that are okay because I'm black. I've always been thankful to be fat and black and not fat and white. My white sisters could look like models, so maybe they ought to. No matter what I try, I'll never be white. There is freedom in never. And yet, the shadow I cast as a black fat woman is tinged with a mammy-rooted foulness. That is, part of my shame is straight up economic. It comes from my mammy's caste and runs like a taproot from antebellum hell to this night in California, hundreds of years later, where I live a life that is more or less a paradise. Mammy's caste isn't just about being fat or black or even female. It's about being crushingly domestic and servile. Mammy's a cartoon, more domesticated animal than woman. She's as boot-licking as a dog. She is sopping wet with a bovine stare, vacuity, and the masculine strength of a beast. She is irreconcilable with the idea of womanhood, which is to say the ideal of white womanhood, a lady who is coiffed, charming, soft, bright, light, and of course ornamental. Mammy is so womanly that to be her or like her is to be an unwoman, like a linebacker in lipstick or a pig. Mammy isn't those things on her own, of course. She was mashed into that great grotesque shape and then baked in the kiln of racism. Mammy is the lead box into which fat black women are shoved, and from which little holes are pierced for her wide nostrils to suck air, and her nipples to protrude and suckle white babies, for her hands to soothe feverish pink foreheads, for her mouth to speak soothing words to white fragility, for her broad brown feet to shuffle across floors she cleaned. Oh, good grief. Mammy is an albatross because she is loathed and low, not because of anything inherent to the individual or combined characteristics of fatness, blackness, and womanhood, but the combination does indeed matter. The confluence of fatness, which is in this culture asexual, blackness, which is dumb and animalistic, and womanness, which is obedient and submissive, hamstrings Mammy. She is a sexless, voiceless servant and therefore can only function in the domestic sphere. Imagine the impossibility of Mammy, the neuroscientist. She is too dumb. Or Mammy, the mayor. She's too dumb and too submissive. Or Mammy, the passion queen. Too ugly. Or gifted rider. Too animalistic. Or someone's beloved wife. Too androgynous to be loved, to be a beloved wife. No. The triad of her defining qualities, fat, black, female, won't let her do anything with her life but domestic labor. Watch as she manages, even happily masters, all kinds of housebound tasks, making pancakes and scrubbing tile, washing a child's fine hair, and mending torn doll clothes. Mammy's work, washing, cooking, folding, and wiping, is the work we value least. It's the work we don't pay, sometimes refuse even to see. It's picking hardened food off pans with fingernails, scrubbing bits of shit from the toilet bowl, bending to shove clothes into the dryer, emptying trash bins of waxy Q-tips and tissue-wrapped tampons. It's also roasting juicy, crispy chicken skin and gold potatoes, icing 3-layer cakes for birthdays, pouring warm bath water down a happy toddler's back, smoothing fresh sheets across mattresses, and picking flowers for the vase by the bed. But this masterful and beautiful work is devalued because it is housekeeping, and the disgusting work is devalued because it's just housekeeping too. Praised differently, it's devalued because we do it, not men. It's the work to which we gals are, don't you know, naturally suited. Not art, not real labor, just an expression of womanhood. I am fat, black, and female. I don't strive to change any of these things, not anymore. And I have paid the various costs to arrive with an office that overlooks California hills and a house that views of the bay. I am as vain as any woman must. NARS, Jungle Red, Louis Vuitton bag, shaved pits, and all that. I'm as acculturated to a free market capitalist patriarchy as anyone. So why would I want to trigger thoughts of shuffling domestic labor when I walk into a room? I don't, but I trigger them, I do. Or I fear I do. And what's the difference? I'm fat, black, and female. The gap between what I fear and what is real is thin as a strand of hair. When I stride to the podium, heels clicking, to begin my remarks before 300 people, or convene a meeting at the head of the conference table, the boss doesn't take notes, so I don't even have a pen. I feel not only my meanness, but my mamminess, and I feel you feeling my mamminess too, and I cringe and wrinkle up inside. I feel her and it and you every day, not all day every day, but every day. No one sees her because she's invisible. But we feel her the way we feel an ant crawling on the back of our leg. She is the part of fat black womanhood that I don't like, even though I know she's only who she's forced to be. I blame her. Even though my fear of her might be more real than she is, I blame her as if she is real and right in front of me and wrong. She is how I'm fat in ways that white girls won't understand. If I were a better person, I'd ask her into my house and ask her what her name is and offer her something to eat and drink. If I were brave, I'd take her picture, one of her alone portrait like. She'd tell me a story from the other day or back when, and I'd learn something about myself. But she would be no magical Negro. I'd like to sit with her on the porch swaying that is strong enough to hold our body weights and be silent, watching the water in the distant speckle and rock under the setting sunlight. If I were more kind, I'd honor her in the tiny bourgeois way of which I'd be capable, like wearing a bikini to the public pool. Oh, please don't. Please don't. Oh, God.
I was gonna say, okay, question. Is she this long-winded when she speaks? Because if she is this long-winded when she speaks, how the fuck does anybody stand this bitch?
Right?
I'm going to translate
Does
this.
she breathe? Does she inhale? Like, what is going on?
I don't know why I slipped into Southern black woman, but I just did.
Hey, you two, hush. I need to translate this.
Okay.
I have a translation, and let's just see if I'm hitting around the right mark.
All right.
I live in San Francisco, California, where most people can't afford to even dream of affording the rent, let alone a mortgage. My family travels a lot, so that means I'm part of the well-to-do California tribe that are better than everybody else, and domestic work is beneath me. That's why we, allow all of those, illegals into our sanctuary city so they can come do our menial housework for us while we scrape out a miserable existence.
Right.
How's that?
That works. I can go with that.
Okay, all I gotta say, 2 words. This bitch.
Right? All right, now for the live stream announcements. As Panina has already said, and I am going to do that command one more time in the chat because the link is now with her command. She is doing marathon gaming streams all this week starting at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time along with Draconith, and I'll probably wind up tweeting those out to give them both support. Meanwhile, I tweet out in the morning while I'm doing my show, Numbed Skull's Great Debate, which is at 9 a.m. all times Eastern Standard Time. Subtract an hour for Central, please. Kumite at 11 on Tonka Saw's channel at noon. Reading Wren has Wrenilations. At 6, you have The Ghost taking a shit on a podcast on Irate Bear's channel. We have Hellcats. At 8 on Jason Brazeal's channel, don't forget your beer and nuts. We have Lords of the Night being hosted by some dumb American. And shortly after, Minions of the Zoo at 10:30 doing their night stream. So those are your live stream announcements. Oh, shut up, Batman. Leave it to you to come in late.
What the hell is he doing? Is he doing more dad jokes? Damn it!
No, he's not doing dad jokes. Yep,
Okay,
you could be getting free advertisement, Jason Todd. I do that to help out all the smaller channels and all the other channels of people who hang out in my Discord.
He does that because she's a lovely woman.
I will be forwarding to Maddy, probably sometime tomorrow, the video for her lovely editing and let her do all the little add-ins for it. But it's going to be a video of the first 2 missions to Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell Chaos Theory.
All right.
And these are going to be full stealth run-throughs. Object is not to kill anybody, not to be detected, so wish me luck. This is going to be fun.
All right, cool. All right, and on that note, oh my goodness. Yeah, we've gone, about an hour. I figured it would be that long with all the stuff we were covering over the weekend. Oh my gosh. May your coffee ever flow. May your caffeine be ever strong. May your choice of brew always bring a smile to your lips. And may you have a miraculously wonderful Monday. Take care, my coffee nuts. See you next time.